Amazing. Welcome to this beautiful evening, creating wealth. For those that don't know me, my name is Vanya. I have been an energy healer and teacher for over a decade. I am a mother. I'm also used to sing in a rock band, but most importantly, I teach an amazing body of work called the Eclipse Experience, where you get to really fast track your destiny and really step into your divine timing of being the creator and the leader of your own reality. So, welcome to this beautiful, beautiful evening tonight. I am in London and I'd love to know where you are in this world. So please writing it into the chat. We are creating an extraordinary field together tonight. You are in the right place to create wealth. So please switch off any kind of distractions because this 75 minutes is going to act like a transmission. I'm going to speak. I'm going to be giving you codes. I'm going to be giving you new awarenesses. I'm going to pop your consciousness with new coordinates to kind of sit within and live within and incarnate and embody. So this is an opportunity for you to really up level and upgrade and to let go of some of the tangles that are kind of holding you back or keeping you trapped in, situations that aren't leading you forward efficiently enough. So I really, from the depths of my being and heart, I hope you get out of this meditation exactly what you need. I also hope that you step into deeper alignment with your truth and your ability to create wealth and to experience more abundance and to be more innovative around the prosperity that you can create in your life. So may you get a fire out of this meditation evening tonight that will awaken you. So how this kind of works, just to give you like the behind the scenes magic that's going to be happening as I'm talking or giving you guidance or where to connect to or open up to. You might get awarenesses flow into you, right? You might get insights that come in. You might get things that you've been thinking about all of a sudden click into place and you're like, that's what I need to do. You might get feelings like stuff within you wants to release or delete, or you want to let go of it. So you might feel like your body wants to do a bit of a shake or a stretch as you're kind of letting go of some old programs, or you want to move it. So I'm a bit of a mover and groover. So if I'm moving around, it's just because, the energy starts to activate. If you start moving around, go with it because it means that the body is trying to release some old stuff. And also the body will start to move as well as we start to integrate and embody higher frequencies within us. So please use all the magical tools that breath work sometimes can really help us kind of move information and energy out of our body. Learning to move and welcome new information into our body can be really helpful. You might find that there are notes that you need to make to help you go, I need to relook at this thing. You will get a recording. So maybe you just need to sit back and relax for this one. And then you can come back again and rewatch the recording at a later date to get deeper information. And that's how we roll, really. So I just invite you to use this time for you because this is an opportunity for us to really up level to a new place. And just for all of us to be together and kind of hang out, and for me to be with you and for us to get to know each other as well. So I look forward to taking you on this very special meditation tonight. I do this one every year. Once a year, I do my creating wealth journey in the Eclipse Experience. We open up the creator season. So this is the marker of it. So I'm really excited. I don't often talk about wealth, but it's a very, very important topic because without it, we don't really fully get to incarnate. And I will explain all of that. So it's a very beautiful, important topic. So I also hope by the time that you have left this journey that you are just embracing your ability to create more wealth in your life and really accepting the success that is available to you and the abundance that is available to you. So that is the depths of my heart and depths of my prayer for you. And may that be the depths of the prayer that you have for yourself, because sometimes we do these things, but we don't actually give ourselves the permission or the go ahead to actually really take on the information and run with it. So as much as I am having an intention for you, I really hope that you have a deep intention for yourself and a deep promise, a deep commitment, a deep permission for you to also start creating more wealth, prosperity, and abundance in your life. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going to read out where everyone's from so that we build up the fields, because we have people from around the world that turn up to this thing. And it's really nice to feel how big we get with this beautiful journey. And if you are watching the replay, then we're going to add you in as well to this coordinate. We have the UK, Lithuania, Boston in America. Hi, Kathy. We have Madrid. Hi, Mari. Suki in Bali. Hi, Suki. Shireen in the UK. We have Tenerife, New Zealand, London. We have Portugal, Hertfordshire, Zurich, Chile, UK, California. Hi, Rose. Hi, Rosalind. We have Stephanie, my beautiful assistant, Stephanie. Hi, Steph. We have Tamara from New Zealand, Martina from Czech Republic. We have Jamaica. Hi, Dale. We have Tabitha, who's after financial stability, and I know Tabitha is in Ibiza. We have Fatima from, I'm not quite sure where you are, but I'm feeling your intention. Oh, we have lots of people putting in their intentions. Kathy's wanting to magnetize and celebrate more abundance and opportunities in this magical life. Amy's getting rid of cobwebs. Hi, Amy. Haven't seen you for a while. We have Shah from London. Vanessa wants to manifest easily. Artie's after financial stability and abundance. Shireen. Hi, Shireen. Create wealth, give some passion. We have Nicoletta to create financial abundance and a thriving business. Leanne, releasing poverty consciousness. Jazara, embracing abundance. Roxanne, hello, to embrace more. Carmen, so many beautiful familiar faces. Canada, we have Greece, we have Somerset, we have New York City, we have Brazil, we have hi, hello, Canada, Arizona, and so many more people as well. So welcome everyone around the world. We have certainly creating this gorgeous circuit here. So if you haven't written an intention, write it in. Other people will witness it. The fact that you're writing it in also helps kind of seal it into the magic of this field as well. So we're gonna create some things. So beautiful people, let's just arrive, take a few deep breaths. And you know, as you're breathing and arriving into your body, I want you to breathe and arrive into your power. Like really breathe and arrive into your power. As you're breathing in, breathe in your power. As you're exhaling and arriving in your power. As you're breathing in the totality of your power. As you're exhaling out the arrival of your power. And keep breathing in the totality of who you are and exhaling the arrival of who you are. Breathing in the totality. And as you do, you're letting every single cell of your body just breathe in your magnificence. Exhale and you're going to arrive in your magnificence. Inhale and you're going to breathe in all your brilliance. Exhale and you're going to arrive in your brilliance. And so this is the energy of tonight, is this Phoenix energy, this powerhouse, this ability for us to kind of take the fire of who we are and learn to create wealth, prosperity, and abundance with it. And so I want to begin, as you're arriving, with a very beautiful, potent story, which I think is going to set the scene for the teachings, and then it's going to set the scene for the meditation that we do. So it's just a very recent, very cute story, but my daughter created wealth on the weekend, and I think it's very beautiful. She's 9 years old. Her and two friends were at a festival, and they decided to sell loom bands, you know, those little plastic loom bands, and 50p for a ring, £1 for a bracelet. They even diversified and created bookmarks because, hey, not everyone's into loom bands, so they increased their market by creating bookmarks. They set up a little store, they had a little sign, they smoothed and kind of talked to people all day long. They customized their products to make people extra happy. They upsailed. And one of the beautiful cafe owners at the festival was like, who had an entrepreneurial mindset, was like, I'll give you guys an extra £10 if you make £50 for the day. So he added in a bonus. They ended up making £50 off loom bands for the day, like £50 from these kids. I'm like, wow. Then they got the bonus of the £10. That made it £60. And I was like, wow, these kids are really rocking it. And even if people said no, they didn't want it, it didn't phase them. They just kept going for their vision. They created it. They kept, focused on what they needed to do and having a lot of fun and joy with it. And by the evening, I was like, I better go feed these kids, right? Because they're probably really hungry. And I go and find them. And they're there. They've already ordered, bought, and are paid for and eating their pizza. And I was like, wow, you guys are just little entrepreneurs. You guys just grew up this weekend and became super independent. You just worked out how to create something from nothing. You all of a sudden somehow knew how to create a business. You all of a sudden somehow knew how to believe in yourself and your visions and manifest it. And you also knew how to keep going through all the challenges along the way and be open to a bonus of a possibility of extra wealth in your life, and then reward yourself with pizza, as like, well, I can now look after myself, right? Because that's what wealth does. It allows us to look after ourselves. And then they split the money. I think they had £15 each, and they each bought themselves a ring to celebrate and create a memory of this experience, so that they anchored it in so forevermore, that they had this extraordinary epic time. And I was just like, wow, in like 5 hours, you just managed to take the whole journey of wealth, the whole journey of creating wealth and prosperity and abundance, and just squash it into 5 hours and do really, really well at it. So I just wanted to pass this story on because it really just shows us the beautiful simplicity on one level, that wealth and abundance is available to us all the time, and that we can create something from nothing, and we have vision, right? And it also shows us that actually, yeah, we have a lot of skills that we can do things, a skill to make the loom bands, a skill to make the advertising sign, a skill to communicate, a skill to kind of upsell. We have that ability to do that. And we have this extraordinary capacity to reward ourselves and celebrate ourselves, so that we can constantly keep in the vibe of the celebration of us creating wealth. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful story that just brings to us the simplicity and the efficiency of creating wealth and abundance and prosperity. Now, of course, it's not always that easy, and we will go deeper into why that happens in a moment. But I just want to give the transmission of the simplicity of creating wealth. And if 9-year-olds can do it, then wow, it just shows you that you can do it. You have so much skill inside of you. There is an untapped genius within you that has an extraordinary ability to create something from the nothingness. I'm sure each and every one of you have visions. They might be muffled. They might be a little bit like, I don't want to do them, or I'm scared of them, but we just have to overcome it. And we all have this extraordinary ability to celebrate the wealth and have gratitude for it in our lives. So may you take that little story and let it unlock you, and let it decode you, and may it awaken you and activate you, so that you understand the simplicity of creating wealth and creating abundance and prosperity in life. Because that story has a lot to it. It has a lot of visionary. It has a lot of doing the work. It has a lot of being resourceful. It has a lot of using skill. It has a lot of communication. It has a lot of being open to bonuses, in life, of celebrating or rewarding, of marking the moment to take the energetic imprint, so that we keep building our sense of confidence. So just take that story and let it just kind of move through you and activate you. And let's just use it as a foundational piece of this beautiful puzzle of creating wealth. So you might want to shake it through you. And it's joyful, right? There's a play in it, because we have to take that element of play, because the thing around creating wealth is that we have to be playful in it, because it is a creative process. It is a creative process, requires us to come up with things and have visions and play and make mistakes, and it's okay, and pick ourselves back up again and try again, and all of those things. So maybe the big lesson of that story is play, and maybe there's an element of you that has gotten maybe a little bit serious, too stressed, too complicated with your wealth story, that element of play is not coming through enough to let the new energies of wealth creation open up. So let's just let that activation of play wake up within us. Maybe you want to smile, let all the cells in your body smile. You might want to give yourself a shake and a wiggle. But play is a beautiful thing, because it allows our creativity to awaken. So as we journey deeper into this, I just want to say, it's really important that we start to get familiar with the different terms that we use. And I know that wealth and abundance and prosperity, these are terms that get thrown around a lot, and which is why sometimes I have an aversion to like doing what mainstream thing does, because I'm like, there's so much magic in it. I don't want to cheapen it. And so I like unlocking things because I think when we unlock things, we find the deeper energetic coordinates of it that we can embody so that we can move forward with it. So for me, wealth is our ability to create tangible, physical assets, physical things, which allow us to create support and stability and nourishment and safety in our lives. Wealth has this ability of saying, they're pillars of success that we create in our lives. It's a way of us being nurtured and nourished in physical reality, whether that's being able to live in a home, having our heating on, foods, whether it's being able to buy the next home, whether it's about being able to feel wealthy enough to buy some jewelry or anything like that. So wealth has this ability to do physical assets. And the idea is that, we start to increase them in ways that are aligned to us, right? In ways that are aligned to us so that we feel more safe, more stable, and more nurtured and nourished by life. And this is the key, right? I could go and put a mortgage on 5 properties, but actually that would really stress me out. And technically that's more wealth, but that doesn't nourish me. That actually stresses me out. So I wouldn't want to do that. What would be more beautiful for me is to really gather my wealth and have the most beautiful home that I felt super comfortable in and nourished and nurtured. And that would be a more stabilizing wealth. So we really have to ask ourselves, well, what does wealth mean to me? How do I create wealth? How do I accumulate wealth, physical things in my life that create stability and nourishment and a sense of safety and a sense that I am up leveling and upgrading myself in beauty and luxury. How do I create that? And what is that to me? Because we each have a different wealth creation story. And what we don't want to get caught in is creating from our beautiful ego, right? Or from because Mr. Jones next door has this, that, and the other, then that is the marker of success. And in order for me to be successful, I also have to have this. And then we start creating from a place which is completely out of alignment from us, right? So we might need to untangle our ego and our need to have these things in order to be wealthy and successful, which might not actually be the truth of your own wealth creation. Because if we come from a deeper energy of creating wealth that is in alignment to us, then it's going to be much easier to create. It's going to be less stressful. You're going to come across less obstacles, right? Less burdens to be able to do that. And so for some of you, it might be like actually having 5 properties is really what I want to create. And you might find the success and you might find the stability and the nourishment in that. Go for it, right? It's not for me. I've got a different version of what wealth creation is. So it's really important that we start to get really crystal clear around what our version of wealth creation is. Okay. And so I give you these words: nourishment, safety, stability, luxury, beauty, a sense of achievement, a sense of success, physical things to bring those experiences to us. That is what wealth creation is. Maybe for you, having savings in the bank is important. Maybe for you, having savings in the bank isn't important. Actually, having a super camper van that allows you to go travel around Europe is where your wealth is. Do you know, we each have a different story, but my thing that I would ask you is, what really is your thing that you want to create? And what does give me stability, safety, nourishment, a sense of beauty, luxury, success, and achievement all together in a physical things? And can I keep building and compounding upon that, right? Because life is short. Life is short, and we think, oh, we need all these things, but actually doesn't actually get us to where we want to be, right? So really what our wealth creation should be doing, it should be helping us to support us physically, to strengthen us, to get us to where we really want to be, where our soul really wants to do, what our dharmic purpose really wants to do. And so our wealth creation is here really to support a bigger purpose inside of us. I love having wealth because it allows me to have a foundation to stand upon so that I can see more clearly out into life, so that I can actually go, now that I've got all these pieces of the nourishment and the safety and the support and the beauty and the luxury around me at the level I want it to be, I've got a good foundation to stand upon. I don't have to worry. I don't have to stress around when the next thing's coming. I get a clearer vision out, right? I can see where I'm going. I can see how I can fulfill myself better. So for me, having that is a really super important thing. And so before we can progress, right, I just invite you to feel all the wealth that you have in your life already. And it doesn't matter if it's big, if it's small. Maybe you just have a backpack, right? But actually, that is your wealth, and that is an extraordinary amount of nourishment and stability and luxury and beauty that it brings you. Maybe you have 4 houses, right? Maybe you have a car, maybe whatever it is, right? We all have a different spectrum of wealth that we currently have in our lives. And we're looking at it currently. I just invite you to just bring that energy of that and put it underneath your feet. Feel the wealth that you already have, supporting you, stabilizing you, strengthening you, nourishing you. And I just want you to feel yourself standing tall upon it. Like, actually, I've achieved. I actually have success. I have wealth. And this is key, because when we feel supported, stabilized by the wealth that we already have, we automatically feel a little bit more successful. We automatically feel like, actually, I'm doing okay. And what does that do? It allows us to look out with greater vision. Okay, what else can I do? What else do I need to do to help clear some stuff off or move on? But it's when we don't allow what we already have to sit underneath our feet as a good foundational energy, and we have it, but we're not actually feeling the power of it. We start comparing and feeling we don't have enough, and this isn't right, and I don't have what that person has, and actually I don't have anything. And then we get in that kind of funk, and then we're just chasing our tail all the time. So I really invite you, because we're playing with energetics here, to just visualize, feel into the current wealth you have in bank account. Doesn't matter how big or small, it's your wealth, right? Feel the current wealth you have, right? Maybe you feel the wealth of the land you live on. I mean, there is so much wealth here. Maybe you feel the wealth of the universe, like you're one with the universe, and that's part of your wealth. I mean, like, hey, put it underneath your feet and just feel that feeling of your wealth stabilizing, strengthening you, nourishing, nurturing you, creating a sense of success and arrival and achievement. And just let that really like hold you. And notice how that starts to change how your body feels. Notice how that kind of changes the way your nervous system reacts. You might feel your nervous system just go, oh, there's a lot of stress there I don't need to worry about anymore. So you might want to give yourself a bit of a shake. You might want to wash some stuff off. Or you might be just like, oh, I don't need to worry so much, right? Everything's okay, right? Everything's okay. And just feel how that shifts your future path and gives you an ability to kind of have a greater vision for your life. Because having a greater vision for your life is where we start to begin with having greater, sorry, I just got a little bit distracted by that noise there. Having a greater vision for our life allows us to then start to go, well, now I can create more wealth in my life because I'm not tangled by the everyday so much. And so we really have to play with this energetics, right? Because I promise you, a consumer society is wired to make you think you don't have anything. And if you feel like you don't have anything and you're lacking, you're going to feel like a failure and you're not good enough and your things aren't working out in your life. And then you're going to be in that kind of funk, right? So we're going to play bigger than the game that's going on, and we're just going to accumulate, right? Just take what you already have, stick it under your feet, and then let that allow you to have a bigger vision for your life. It's super important, because only then can we go, okay, where are my opportunities? What do I really feel like doing? Where is my purpose? How can I align things? And we start to think in whole other different ways. So take a deep breath, gather all that you have, all that you own, every single something, all your clothes, put all your clothes underneath your feet, all your shoes, your beauty products, put it all under. You've got so much. So much. Just feel the power and the joy and the achievement and the success of all of that. Good. And feel the visionary part of you opening up. Beautiful. And there are so many ways we create wealth, whether it's through our creations, our visions, our products, ices, stocks, homes, collaborations, affiliates. Like there's just a lot of selling loom bands and bookmarks at a festival, selling your old stuff out of your closet. Like there's a lot of ways to create wealth. And so my invitation to you out of that is like, well, how can you create, like you should be writing a list of 50 to 100 things of the things that you can start to do in your everyday life to start creating wealth. Maybe you could sell this, maybe you could do that. Just write a list. Doesn't mean you have to go do it, but just that opens up your ability to start thinking beyond, oh, this is all I have, to going, actually, I could do this and I could do that and I could do this and I could possibly do that and I could do that. So if you could write as part of homework 100 things, because you're amazing, of the different ways that you could create wealth in your life now, it's going to really open up your ability to think out of the box. It's going to open up your neural pathways to start to get more creative. It's going to open you up to realize that you actually have a lot of possibilities and potential around you. And, you know, there's probable wealth around you. Like that is probable wealth. You're going to get, it's that from doing that, you can probably create some wealth. And that's a beautiful thing to know, because then that also makes you feel more wealthy. And that allows you to step into the energy field of creation. So it's really important that we start to open our creative mind to create more wealth, right? So just writing that list can be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to do it. I'm sure you could think of 5 things now. But we need to do that because our brain gets very calcified and it gets very stuck in thinking, this is the way I have to do things. This is the only way I'm going to get there. This is all I can, and we've got to break that. We've got to free that up. So writing a list of 100 things of how you can create wealth now is going to be a very empowering exercise for you to activate your creative abilities, which steps us deeper into the ability to create more wealth. Okay. It's one of the very few simple things you can do that actually have a major impact. I hope you're with me on this. So I leave that up to you, right? So if you can imagine all your creating wealth abilities activating, it allows you to then start to see reality in a whole new way and start to see the opportunities. And then you can go forward and on with that. Okay. The other word that gets flown around is create a wealth, abundance, and prosperity, right? So for me, abundance, and we've got to get clear about this, is the ability for us to tap into the abundance that is available to us all the time, right? And this is why I called this meditation opening up to the multidimensional field of wealth, abundance, and prosperity, right? Because we have to understand that to truly create all these things, we have to be playing at all these levels simultaneously to keep generating more energy to create more goodness in our lives. So when we talk about abundance, we are talking and moving into the dimension or the consciousness that there is an infinite supply of everything available to us. Anything I need is available to me now and more of, right? There is an abundance of wealth. There is an abundance of flowers. There's an abundance of food. There's an abundance of music. There is an abundance of connection. There is an abundance of soulmates. There's an abundance of lovers. There is an abundance of ways that I can do my hair. There's an abundance of ways that I can feel wonderful around myself. And when we're learning to understand abundance, the great evolution that takes place is that we're stepping more and more into our ability to comprehend infinity. We are opening up our capacity for things to happen in many, 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 many different ways. So instead of me thinking that my abundance is going to come to me in this way, when I really understand what abundance is, I automatically tap into an infinite field that abundance could come to me in an infinite amount of ways. And so this really changes our linear way of manifesting, thinking if I have this, then this is the only way it's going to happen. Instead, when we tap into the universal field of abundance, we say, well, this is what I desire. This is what I intend. I now open up to the field of abundance to allow that to happen to me in any and every single way possible until I really embody it and become it. And so what this infinite field of abundance teaches us is it says to us that we are no longer linear. I no longer need to pay for this thing to happen. I no longer need to go and give money to have the experience of having a ride in a Lamborghini, right? Or buy a Lamborghini in order to have the experience of driving the Lamborghini. Instead, if I'm tapping into the infinite field of abundance, what I'm doing is I'm saying, bring it to me in any way. I just need to have the wealth code of driving a Lamborghini because I know that's going to up-level me. And that experience doesn't mean you have to buy it. Doesn't mean you have to buy the Lamborghini for 100,000 and then pay for the insurance and blah, blah, blah. It could come to you in the form of a friend letting you drive their Lamborghini. It could come to you in the ability to go rent a Lamborghini. And so, or you might just realize actually Lamborghinis aren't that exciting because the Ferrari, woof, I'm going to go, and you have a different experience. And so when we learn to open our consciousness up to abundance, we're saying, actually, there's an infinite amount of ways that I can have this experience of wealth to embody, right? The big question then becomes, how do I become an energetic match for that? So if I want to drive the Lamborghini, maybe the feeling I want to create inside of me is to feel free, liberated. Like I have so much money and wealth in the world that I actually don't, that I can drive an expensive car and go super fast on the highway, knowing that doesn't matter where the destination is because I can afford to have anything at the end of the destination. Maybe that is the energetic feeling I want from the Lamborghini, right? So what do I do then? I start to create that energetic imprint in me. I start to have that experience in just a normal everyday car, right? And I build it up, build it up, build it up until I become the energetic match for it. And that then energy of that form of abundance will come in multiple ways to me, not just through the Lamborghini. I will get many experiences that validate my ability that I have so much wealth that I can create an extraordinary amount of freedom and liberation, and that doesn't matter about the destination, I can afford it. Means that I could probably go to a party and have that experience. I could go for a walk in the park and have that experience. I could meet someone and have that experience. So a lot of the things around wealth energetics is that we are becoming the frequency of that in order to welcome it in order to be a magnetic match for it. Like attracts like. So some of us get a little bit kind of limited here and we're like, I just want to be rich, right? I just want $1 million. And that's it. That's the energetic print, right? Well, first of all, you're coming from an energy of wanting and lack. So, well, that's just going to keep getting recreated, right? And you're not going to get to the destination you really want to get to. So the bigger thing here is how can I really, really dive deep into the depths of the quality of abundance I want to feel and experience and become? Can I really understand it? Can I fine tune it? Can I put it into one sentence where I really encapsulate, I am here and I want to experience, I'm going to become freedom, liberation with so much wealth at the destination I go to, I'm going to feel abundant. I want that experience all the time. And can I experience it? Can I build upon that experience? Can I notice that experience and that feeling happening more and more and more and more and more often until I start to elevate myself into a new level of abundance? And so I love to play with themes in my life. Sometimes I go through themes of abundance, like, you know, I want to feel royal, you know, and I get royal clients coming in, like go see the royal, I don't know, the castle or something like that. And I have this whole royal thing that goes on until I become and embody the code of royalty. And then I get it and I infuse it and I stabilize in it, right? And one that I'm recently doing now, and I've only just begun. So you might think, oh, okay, it's not that luxurious. But it's just basic nourishment. I'm not very good at nourishing my body. I'm not very good at putting vitamins and minerals into me. And I know I need to do it because I've had neglect issues and abandonment issues. So of course I can't nourish myself because no one's nourished me. So actually at the moment, one of my lenses I'm going through to really understand abundance and step into it is nourishment. Nourishing my body, really feeling when I'm taking a vitamin and nutrient that I'm really nourishing the depths of me so I can get really strong. Because I know if I'm stronger from the depths of me, I'm going to have more pizzazz and more fire to go do what I need to do. So I know it's part of a building block towards my wealth creation, right? So sometimes in this field of abundance, we have to become certain frequencies because they become building blocks that allow us to stand higher and higher and higher upon. You know, we put our current wealth underneath our feet. Well, next I can put a building block of royalty and then of nourishment, and it just keeps compounding until I get super solid in my frequency and vibration that this is who I am and this is what I magnetize. So we're constantly growing and evolving into abundance. We're constantly learning to become it. We're constantly opening up our potential to experience it and notice it and feel it. Do you know, it's really important that we become aware of this and we play this game, because it's a very dynamic field, right? Abundance, wealth, prosperity, it's a dynamic field that we're playing in, and we need to be playing with it all the time. And let me tell you, from being a past healer, it's way more fun to play in the field of creating wealth and prosperity and abundance, whether it be physical or emotional, than it is to go back into the past and heal all the wounds and the past lives and the trauma and the whatever else that thing where we get trapped in, right? So if you're on that train journey, I invite you to kind of switch your healing abilities into moving into creation abilities, because you're going to find a very big evolutionary jump that will start to take place in you. Because at the end of the day, once we choose to create, we choose to arrive. Here I am. And we choose to be the master of our own reality. And it's a very powerful place to be. And it's a lot of fun. Can sometimes be a little bit confronting and hard work, but we're going to get over that. And you learn to become more powerful. And that's what the aim of the game is. We want to become powerful in our own brilliance. And part of that is creating wealth. And then the last little piece, which is really important to understand, is prosperity. What is prosperity? And prosperity is our ability to take something, right, and take it to another level, to make something grow, to make something better, to be innovative, to become more prosperous. And so prosperity says, hey, it doesn't matter where things are at, I'm going to make it come to a better place, right? And when we start to we combine prosperity and the infinite field of abundance, then we can say, hey, you know what? I want some more. I'm gonna give some energy. I'm gonna give some encouragement to my partner. I'm gonna make them have more of a prosperous mindset so they can get a better job, right? And then they're gonna look after me more, right? So you can create prosperity. I'm gonna help create more prosperity in my home. I'm gonna create more prosperity in my work. I'm gonna create more prosperity in my daughter, in my workplace, in my, give my daughter a prosperous mindset. So when she's older, that prosperity continues. Right? So we're learning to apply that ability to make things grow and become more prosperous, to become greater, to become more holding more wealth consciousness in all areas of our life, our whole wheel of life, right? Because we're applying it to the infinite field of abundance. And then through that experience of those two things happening, we get to accumulate more and more of the physical wealth, right? And we can accumulate it all. And wealth consciousness, this multidimensional field of wealth, prosperity, and abundance, is about us mastering the physical, is about us mastering the emotional energetics, where we don't collapse into lack or unworthiness, right? And we can hold this of worthiness, I have value, that royalty. It is about mind, strengthening our mind so we don't fall into poverty consciousness, we move into abundance consciousness. And it is about joining all of that together so that it becomes such a strength and such a power and such an energetic oomph within us that we have no other choice but to create, because we've got so much fire and power that we're like, what do I need to do? How can I create in my life? Right? Because we've got to put that fire somewhere, right? How can I make my life better? What can I do? How can I up-level my home? How can I shift my relationship? How can I move my mindset? How can I stand on my wealth more? How can I create a bit more? And it becomes a beautiful game we play with for the rest of our lives. And so for me, creating wealth has been something that I've really been actively doing since my daughter was born, to be honest. Like before that, I was just like one with the universe, flowing. Woo! Let's go here, let's do that. I'm in service. I'm gonna, like just totally in that vibe, and that was perfect for then. And then my daughter came along, and something inside of me was like, obviously coming from a single mom, was like, what if something happens to your partner? You're gonna have to learn to create your own wealth. What if something happens? You got a daughter, you've got to learn to survive here. And so that was the thing, having a daughter and knowing I had to look after her, which kind of made me grow up and go, we've got to play this game. That combined with my deep quest to be in purpose and dharma was like, well, if we're really going to do this life, I want to create wealth from my purpose. I want to create wealth from my dharma. I want to create wealth from my gifts, from my talents. I want to create wealth from a place that really lights me up and gifts me and gifts my world and makes me challenges me to step deeper into power. And so through that, I created books, online courses, retreats, certifications, a whole body of work. And I've had some extraordinary success playing this. You know, I've had £100,000 months. I'm coming up to 2 million in my business. I've had, you know, 50 being on holiday and earning 50,000. Like there's been, you know, 60,000 for an idea from an idea. Do you know, like there are so many little pools of abundance that I have really worked upon through this energetics to create it in my life. You know, I've also learned to be sensible with my choices, decisions. Is it in energetic alignment or not? And at the same time, I've also learned to enjoy the wealth and abundance and be generous and give to charities and let that dharmic generosity release from me and help people and friends and give to family. And because that's also part of it. It's also part of the circuit where I can create and I can receive and I can sustain and stabilize and accumulate and I can be generous because I'm overflowing. We want to get to that place. We also need to practice that place where we feel so wealthy and so accumulative that we can give and be generous with others in the right place in the right way. And so there is a beautiful journey and game of wealth to play in your life. And it doesn't matter where you are in this journey, right? It doesn't matter where you are in this journey because there are beautiful ways that you can untangle yourself, right? I come from, right? I come from poverty. I come from growing up on welfare. I'll tell you this, I have this and I don't really share this story often. Maybe a few people know this, but I have this memory of going to the rubbish tip with my family looking for plates at a big rubbish tip, like plates, go buy some plates, right? If that doesn't do something to your poverty consciousness, I don't know what does, right? I ended up on the streets of London with nothing. No money, nothing, not even a backpack anymore, right? Nothing, zero. I've started from zero. And sometimes these moments where we crash and we start from zero are some of the most powerful power points in our life because it's in those moments we say, actually, I've really got to gather myself and laser myself forward here. So it doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter which level you're at. It doesn't matter where you feel you are in this ability to play this game or not. There comes the moment where you say, actually, I'm going to gather my strengths. I'm going to untangle all the things that hold me back. And I'm going to do this because I deserve it and I'm worth it. And I might fumble and fall a few times. And I might have some deep stuff to release. And I might have some new amazing codes to activate and awaken. And I might make some few bad business decisions. And I might have some amazing ones which change my life. But I'm going to play it because I know I'm here to fully manifest into reality. And so I hope you take this power and you let it shake it through you. Do you know, let it shake you? Because sometimes, you know, when I was feeling into this creator season that I'm opening up in my work, I was like, what's the missing energy for people? And the word I got was phoenix. People are feeling so deflated and disappointed and lost and a bit meh, that they've lost the fire of the phoenix. They've lost the fire of the rebirth. They've lost that part of them, which is like, right, I'm going to gather myself again. I'm going to gather all of who I am. I'm going to gather my wealth. I'm going to gather my connection to the infinite universe. I'm going to gather my ability to create prosperity. I'm going to begin. And it doesn't matter where we begin step by step by step by step by step, doing the energetics, doing the practical things, you know, and some of the practical things might be, you know, there might be a few payments coming out of your bank that you don't need to have anymore. You can cancel them. Decluttering your home, getting rid of all the stuff you don't need to open up your home to let new energy in. Writing a list of all the different ways you can create wealth to open, doing those things starts to move the energy. Start moving the energy. You have got so many gifts and tools to start moving the energy to create more wealth. So do it, right? The list, declutter your home, get rid of all the stuff you don't want. If it's not in energetic alignment to you, let it go, right? Look at all the things where you're leaking money, clear it all up. Look at ways that you can dress in a way that makes you feel more like royalty or whatever the vibe you're going for is. You know, you've got enough in your closet already to do that. Start with where you're at. Feel the wealth codes within you, the value. Learn to feel it, embody it, become it. Like, begin the journey, because you have to begin. If you don't begin, you never begin. And then you become the outsider looking at everyone else, or the one that just gets stuck in consumerism, comparing yourself, feeling like a failure. We're not going to play that game anymore, right? So find the power. Find the power. So I invite you to let all those words ripple through you. This is why I love teaching this work, right? And we're going to go into this meditation. So breathe in through the top of your head. Exhale through your feet. Let that energy come all the way down your spine. Inhale through the top of your head. Exhale through your body, out your body into the earth, grounding in. Inhaling beautiful light from the core of the universe all the way down through your body, exhaling it. And we're just going to begin by letting all the codes of all these teachings that I've given you, all the teachings or the codes or the activations, you might feel it like little bits of light coming into you, and let it go deeply into you. You might want to breathe it in. You might let it fizz and pop through you. You might let it activate you. You might want to shake out some old information. You might feel new sacred geometric structures coming into you. Just let the configuration take place. There's been a lot that's happened here. Breathe it in. Good. I don't know why, but I feel for some of you, you want to go, ah, maybe you need to make a sound as well. And let's just activate the fire inside of you, that fire, the fire of creation, the fire of your visions, the fire of your power, the fire of your purpose, the fire of your soul, the fire of your dharma, the fire of your desires, the fire of your heart, the fire of the genius within you. Like, we all have multiple fires inside of us. And when I say fire, I mean energy. I mean that spark within you that needs to exist, that creative fire. It's all creations. Your dharma needs to be created. Your desires need to be created. The genius within you needs to be created. Your soul needs to be created here on earth. Your heart wants to have its creations met. You are a creative powerhouse inside, like the creative potential inside of you, a laboratory of creation energy, like all these different fires of life force within you. I just invite you to breathe them into existence, move them into existence. You might want to like release them. Maybe they've been deeply trapped inside of you. Now is the time to let them out. So what we're going to do, you're going to feel all your fire, all the different fires you have. You might feel them as all different colored fires running through you. You might feel them as one fire. You might feel it as a bright light fire of your own energy. Whatever, you're going to breathe that fire that is you through your crown chakra. So inhale and exhale. Breathe your fire through the phoenix's fire through your crown chakra. Inhale, exhale, breathe your creation fire through your third eye. Inhale, exhale, breathe your creation fires through your throat chakra to communicate it out to the world. Inhale, breathe your creation fire through your heart and all those desires. Inhale, breathe that creation fire through your solar plexus. Inhale, breathe that creation fire through your sacral chakra. Inhale, breathe that creation fire through your base chakra, and through your hands and through your feet and through your eyes and ears, and just breathe it through all the cells in your body and just activate a deeper power inside of you to exist. So beautiful. Give yourself a shake. And this fire is really potent because it says, I have to exist. And I think this is a really big key of creating wealth, is that we have to have this spark within us that wants to make something exist, something out of the nothingness. We want to make our home exist. We want to make our career exist. We want to make our business product exist. We want to make our love exist. You know, we have to have this spark of this has to exist, because creation energy requires that initial spark of wanting to exist in physical reality. And so you have the spark within you. And then through that, you say, I let this exist, and you give it to life. So it's that internal to external journey of existence. So just feel that spark of existence within you, because it's a powerful thing. Let the thoughts spark through your mind, the feelings, the emotions, the energy. And existence is a huge thing, because not only do I choose for something, for me to create something to exist, wealth, prosperity, abundance, but if I make that choice, then I'm simultaneously saying, I will exist more. I will exist more, because I cannot let that thing that I want to create, that wealth, exist unless I can manage it, unless I can lead it, unless I can be resourceful to make it happen. So it's going to call upon me to have more skill within me to develop to ensure that that thing exists. And so this is really important, because a lot of us get caught in this little inner child, I want it to exist, but I can't energy, right? I can't. Because we're missing this moment where we say, I want this wealth to exist. I want this abundance. I want this prosperity, whatever it is. And so what we really need to start to question, well, if I want that to exist, what within me needs to exist to make it happen? And so these are the bigger questions that we need to be asking ourselves to really develop our wealth creation. If I'm wanting my business to exist and I have a big vision for it, what parts of me need to come forward? Well, the teacher, the leader, the CEO, the business person, the accountant, the marketing person needs to come up, the one that's resourceful, the one that can channel and bring ideas down. You know, I also have to let the part of me exist to nurture myself so I can do it all, so I don't feel overwhelmed. I also have to let the part of me that can believe in myself exist more, because I'm going to need that deep belief in order to hold this thing to manifest and ground. So this is the biggest question that we really need to awaken, get to know, become. If I want this wealth to exist, what within me needs to exist? And as I develop and awaken those things to exist, I get more clues on how to create the thing. I get more connections, more synchronicities, because I'm beginning the initial energetic awakening or manifestation from my own being. Then external things to help manifest in physical reality are going to appear. Students, maybe there's someone that wants to buy shares in the business. Maybe I meet someone that has a course that opens my mind up to a whole new level of stuff, of marketing. I don't know. Like then the next pieces of the puzzle start to come until it manifests and manifests and manifests. And I keep refining what parts of me need to exist in order to keep refining the grounding and the manifestation of my creation. And so it's a kind of a beautiful, big journey, which kind of, on one level, tests us, and on another level, makes us exist more and makes us really get to know our brilliance and makes us really get to know how worthy and valuable we are and how strong and genius, and we get to claim ourselves. And I promise you, you will never be able to claim your wealth unless you can claim yourself. You'll never be able to claim the infinite amount of abundance in this universe unless you can infinitely claim yourself in hundreds of thousands of different ways that allow you to align deeper to your truth. You'll never be able to activate more and more prosperity unless you claim how prosperous you are. And so this is the last final piece. I invite you to claim yourself. I invite you to claim yourself as wealthy. I invite you to claim yourself as abundant. And I invite you to claim yourself as prosperous. And let all those codes of wealth and claiming and the alignment, and they just start to activate and fizz. You might feel your spine getting stronger and straighter. You might feel yourself arriving a little bit more, but claim. Because if you don't claim, you don't get to exist. And if you don't exist, then you don't have the spark of creation. And if you don't have the spark of creation, then what's the point of manifesting? And if you don't want to manifest, then how are you going to create your wealth? So claim your brilliance, claim your beauty. You might want to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or both hands on your heart, but you're going to claim yourself right now. You're going to claim your beauty. You're going to claim your power. You're going to claim your wisdom. You're going to claim all the gifts and talents that you have. You're going to claim your life journey and all the PowerPoints in it. And it doesn't matter where you've come from or what you've experienced, there is PowerPoints in all your pain and all the things that you've had happen in your life. So just claim the power of it, not the pain of it. Claim the power. If you're still claiming the pain of your past, then you need to go back and look at it and reclaim the power of it. And you need to claim your greatness, and you need to claim your potential. And claim that you live in an infinite, abundant universe where abundance is available to you. I want you to claim your ability to create wealth and claim your ability to ignite prosperity in your life. I want you to claim your creation abilities and your co-creation abilities. I want you to claim the beauty and the luxury and the joy that you are, and the intelligence. And even if you don't feel any of these strongly within you, you're going to keep claiming the parts that you do until you build and build and build upon it until you can claim yourself. And that's the journey. We keep finding the foundations of our power and our strength and our truth to keep standing upon, bit by bit by bit by bit, until we stand so strong in this world and this universe that it becomes easy to manifest and create. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the path. It's there to master you in such beautiful, profound ways. And I promise you, you will live in a magical universe where there is so much wealth and abundance and prosperity around you that the things that you thought were wealth are no longer wealth. And the things you thought you needed, you will no longer need, because you have more things to have. So I just invite you to have a moment of everything recalibrating, resetting, reorganizing. There might be very high codes of information coming into you. You might have some old stuff that you need to shake out of your system that no longer vibrate with this new consciousness. Some old doubts, some old fears. You might want to wipe your body or go cut some cords. Maybe there's some people you need to cut in your life, situations. Oh. And you're going to give yourself permission to create wealth. And you're going to give yourself permission to become abundance. And you're going to give yourself permission to generate prosperity. And so it is. So let all that permeate and drink through you. Really let it anchor in, like through your whole system. Breathe it in. You might want to pat it in. Sometimes just grounding yourself, touching your body, helps to ground all this new consciousness in, or makes you just feel more present in it. So whatever works for you, you might want to breathe it through. You might be into giving yourself a shake or a wiggle to help anchor it through. There is a little bit of homework. Just to recap a little bit. List of 100 things of how to create wealth now in your life. Declutter your home. I can't remember what the other one was. Declutter your home. There was something else. Oh, I can't remember my brain. What was that one? Write it into the chat, otherwise everyone's going to open up and speak. I can't remember. Anyway. Hopefully you remember or you'll listen to the recording. Sorry. My brain just has gone to another dimension of remembering the practicalities of what I said. But anyway, there's homework for you to do, right? To anchor it in. That was it. Stop leaking money. Thank you, Amy. And cut no nonsense payments. Exactly. So just where you're leaking money, where you're giving your energy away to people, where you're like, you got to tidy up some things, right? Also noticing where you're spending money unnecessarily. Like, does this transaction feel like in alignment to me, right? Declutter your home, get rid of the things you don't want to do, and start to open up your creation brain of creating how you can create wealth right now, like 100 ways, and release blocks. And we'll talk about releasing blocks in a moment. Exactly, right? So that's really quick ways to start clearing up the energetics and moving you forward. And then you can start looking at you standing on your wealth and having bigger visions and going more practically into it step by step, reverse engineering what you want to create. Now, of course, right, if we're going deep into the mastery of all of this, then you are going to come across some blocks. Sometimes it's generational blocks that can come from your family, their poverty consciousness. Sometimes it's because you're stuck in a bit of a wounded victim energy. Sometimes it's because you're leaking your power in unnecessary ways. Sometimes it's because your mindset hasn't fully evolved into certain areas, like opening up to the multidimensional field of prosperity, or learning about dharmic generosity, or about learning about how to love yourself to millions, or about learning how to create ways of creating wealth formulas, right? So this is a whole journey. I have tried to condense for you in this hour a journey of to help you understand the reason why we become creators. But in this journey, we have to create mastery within ourselves, right? There's so much elements to us to help really push us forward. So if you loved this meditation, I would love to share with you that there are next levels, if that's okay, next levels of this work, right? Because I'm a big believer in life mastery. I'm a big believer in evolution and refinement over a lifetime. I'm a very big believer in sovereignty and creating sovereignty for ourselves, because once we can create sovereignty, we can create more choice in our lives. And once we have more choice, we have more power. And once we have more power, we can start to change the way reality forms. So I'm a big believer in all of this. I'm also a very big believer in becoming more and more aligned to our truth. And I'm a much more bigger believer in all of that. We have to start creating. We're dynamic beings. We're creators, and we have to start creating in our lives. So there is another level to this meditation. We will start to begin it next week. It's called Creating Abundance Intensive. There are 26 classes on how to create wealth and prosperity, and we unlock you. I unlock your subconscious. I unlock your generations. I unlock all the stuff inside your brain that is holding you back, fast tracking you, and then recoding you back with a whole heap of new information. There are powerful, powerful classes. In this particular format I have for the Creating Abundance Intensive, the beauty of it is that once you're in for life. So that means that those people that joined 4 years ago, they're still getting the upgrades, because every year I bring a whole new level of upgrades because I'm growing. I'm going to a new level of wealth every single year. There's new consciousness that's coming down. And so once you join, you get all the past ones, and then you also get all the future ones. So this course will keep running every single year. And so I bring in new codes and new codes and new codes. You only join once, and then it just keeps getting better and better every year, because I'm going to be growing more and more every year. And we're going to start beginning it. So I'm really excited to offer you that. So there's a whole other level to this. Come along and play. It's called Creating Abundance Intensive. And I'll explain more and more about it. If you want to hang around, I can go deeper into it. But there is another level. So I just want to let you know, because this game is mastery. For me, this is mastery. This is not playing, around affirmations. This is around shifting your consciousness. This is around fast tracking your destiny. I know what it takes to go from 0 to hero, and there's a lot more hero to become. I've done so many different things. I've failed, I've stood up, I've repatterns, I've reprogrammed, I've seen group consciousness and how we all shift and grow. And I've got people in there that have tripled their income from being in there. They've had new visions for their business. They've had biggest months ever. So it's a real powerhouse. And the way it works is that we go for this journey over 30 days, and you get access to all these courses, plus all the new codes that are coming down, plus live Q&As where I can answer any question that you have on a personal level. And there are options of doing this. So one is that you just go bananas with it, and you do a different course every single day over 30 days, which is why it's called Creating Abundance Intensive. And that in 30 days gives your whole brain, your whole being, because it's brain, body, everything, right? An ability to release a lot of old programming really quickly and recalibrate to new coding, so that you can come to a new level quicker. You can clear lifetimes of stuff in this program. And then what people do, because they have lifetime access, is that then they either go back and they listen to 1 or 2 a week over the year, and other people will dip in and out of the programs as and when they need it, because different programs will match at different times. So I think there's like a, dharmic generosity, there's loving yourself to millions, there's the multidimensional field of prosperity, there is exponential wealth in there, there is clearing up generational stuff, there's how to create, I can't remember them all, there's a lot. And so you'll find a different one will match you at a different time to unlock you. And the beauty of this is that what will happen is that all the subconscious wiring that wires you into poverty, or wires you into lack, or wires you into the paradigm of I can't, or wires you into the paradigm of I'm a failure, I'm unworthy, it will unlock it all, release it, so that you can come to a new sense of self in yourself. Because what we've talked about in this meditation is that it's about us learning to stand in a new position with ourselves, so that we are free to have that great vision for our life, so that we can create, so that we can play in this infinite field of abundance, so that we can attract and have a beautiful reality in existence. And so for me, this course is more than just, it's not a money program, it's a Creating Abundance Intensive program. But it's got so many keys and tools for your life, I'm a very practical person. I am one that likes to work from the depths of the universe to the depths of the earth. I am someone that likes to have physical things and to accumulate with it, and I've come from nothing. So I know the journey. I'm also an immigrant, right? I know the journey of coming from nothing and having to start again. So it doesn't really matter where you are on the journey. It's just the choice to say, actually, I choose to play a new game in a different game. And I choose to rewire myself in a whole new way. So I really invite you into that, because it's really fun to play a whole new level. So how this works, and if you've got questions, I can answer them. If you are, hang on, that's the button I need to press, mute all. So at the moment, there's an early bird of 888 or 847, and that finishes on Tuesday. And then there's payment plans, so it's like 333 a month. And then it jumps up to, I think, 122 or something like this. But the thing about this is why I love this course so much, is that once you're in for life. Because I wanted something that people understood what abundance really is. I wanted you to really understand, well, abundance gives abundance, gives abundance, gives abundance, you know? And if I'm in this field of abundance, giving abundance, and I'm creating abundance, and you're creating abundance, being in abundance, it just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. And we all grow exponentially in it. I think there's about 90 people that are already taking the journey along. So it's a very powerful and potent journey. I do welcome you into it. It is one of, and I say it from the depths of my being, because I have created, like I really have created beautiful wealth in my life. It's not just on any other level. And so I do welcome you into it. We will send links out. I think I have a link somewhere if you get curious to look at it, and I can answer any more questions if you have on it. But for me, everything I offer is an opportunity for you to step deeper into your brilliance and into your truth. So whether it is just coming in for this beautiful meditation that we've done just now, please go back and redo all the beautiful codes and the teachings. Please go do those 4 beautiful things I've told you to do, because that will start to bring the fire. Because a lot of this is you choosing your fire again. And like I said, when I tapped into the energy, it was all around the phoenix. And the phoenix to me says, I will re-rise again from the ashes. I will re-rise again. And we have to embrace this part of ourselves, because that's the part of us that will start to get up again. And we'll find a new fire and a new energy and a new vision to live life again. And so if you feel like you've been knocked about by life, if you feel like you've been disappointed, if you feel like you're a bit wobbly and confused, I invite you to find that phoenix energy inside of you and re-find your power and start to create in a whole new way again. Because your life belongs to you. And too often we get caught in this moment where our life doesn't belong to us anymore. It belongs to a system, or it belongs to a collective, or we just belong because that's what everyone else is doing. And we forget that it belongs to us. And I think that's why in the last piece of this meditation, we came back to claiming. I claim myself. Right? I claim myself. And so I invite you to really claim yourself back again and reclaim your life back again. And may you feel the fire of that phoenix energy rising inside of you until you start to feel new visions. So if you feel like, write your visions into the chat. Be good just to witness where everyone's visions are, what they're wanting to create, where they're going. Because I think that is also a very powerful thing for us to know, that actually we're not alone in wanting to create. Sometimes some of our biggest problems is we feel like we don't have the energy to create because we just don't feel like there's enough creation energy around us, right? But if we start to realize we're in a field of people that all want to create, that are all doing things, that all have visions, that are all tapping into a power, that are all choosing to release the subconscious programming and hurt, then we're going to get a deeper oomph to like begin the journey. And some of us have begun the journey many times, and so I'm inviting you to begin the journey again and play at a bigger level, right? Because there is always a bigger level to play at. Be innovative, keep awakening what you have to another level, keep refining it. So please write your visions into the chat, because it'll be very, very beautiful to see them. Sandra's saying she has phoenix paint in her home. Amazing. You go paint your home. So it's super important. And so for me, like, part of my big vision is to really create the eclipse experience, you know? So for me, that's my whole life's work put into everything. It's everything I've learned over 18,000 hours of private sessions and 240 live workshops, and from books I've read, and just condensing it all into a 1 year experience, so that people awaken exponentially, so that they learn soul incarnation, so that they learn embodiment, so that they learn their creation ability, so that they step into the multidimensional field of abundance. I want the eclipse experience to be a divine timing moment that someone chooses for their life. You know, that's my next creation. That's my next big vision. That's what I want. So for me, my focus is that. I don't need to go and focus on buying 4 houses, because that's a big stress and a distraction from the bigger thing I want to do. So I've had to really clear up all the distractions in my life and go, actually, this is really important. This is the thing that's important. What can I do to keep supporting that vision and that growth? So that's so many beautiful visions coming through. It's really important that we get clear on them and we state it. To release narcissistic patterns, Jasara. My life is a phoenix parade. Every turn is another level of experience. I love it. Thomas. Taking my backpack and travel and volunteer at retreat centers whilst building my healing business. Tabitha, create my own financial independence and stability through helping others. Nicoletta, powerful spiritual teacher, sharing my ancient wisdom with the masses of earth and all across the earth. I love it. Agnes, thank you. Layla, my vision is to grow spiritually, increase my abundance physically and enlightenment. Jennifer, embody and channel my soul wealth and give light speed support to my family, cosmos, to do the self for themselves. Beautiful. And so Sandra, to have a beautiful wedding ring, a beautiful home, a cleaner, a cook, win money with my work, beloved husband, lots of money. I'm happy, beautiful, young, help people, animals, environment. Kathy, to create a new way to deliver healing and therapy in a way that accesses all potentials in the quantum field. Yes. And teaches others how to access and heal their step into their true soul self. Mari, to write down everything I've learned about embodiment coaching and healing to change the way we do education and better support families, students, and teachers. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Claudia, my vision is already manifesting. Yay. So I'm asking for wisdom to keep it and multiply it to the next vision. And so it is, Claudia. Shah, growing my superfoods business with support and doing my purpose, spreading the love and health and abundance and wealth. So it's really important that we hold our vision, we keep our vision, and we keep innovating it, and we keep finding ways to nurture it and nourish it, cut the things which are distracting us, work on our ability to become that which needs to manifest. You know, it's super important. Super important. Super important. Amy, to help others, first responders heal from operational stress injuries using therapy, yoga, breath, sound, and meditation. Beautiful. And vision is so important. Vision is the archer's arrow to our creations. We need to have that. It's so important. We need to have that. Get in touch with your visions, people. It's so important. So important. So important. It's been, if you'd like to stay longer, I'm going to explain more about this Creating Abundance Intensive. Please listen to this meditation again. It's been beautiful being with you. So beautiful, like with all my heart and soul. It's just something magic happens when we all come together, something magic, because there's so much high vibrational consciousness people that arrive that it just helps the field quicken. It helps the field quicken. I invite you into the next levels, which is Creating Abundance Intensive. We've got an early bird on for 888, and I will explore it more with you. I'll show you what it's all about if you want to hang around for that. And then the next level after that is a year-long eclipse experience with me that does so many things. It includes the Creating Abundance Intensive course and Femme Fortune and Illuminated Prosperity and the coaching and the certifications and all sorts of amazing things. It is really a big journey. And if that excites you, then you can get in contact with us to find out more about it. But I would recommend that to you. Mari saying, thank you. We're so blessed to have you. Tanya saying, my vision is to elevate consciousness on this planet by putting at disposal to my clients and give competence to develop their own power. Beautiful. Dr. Rose, moving from healing the past to creating my true purpose, expanding the world on fire with love and young children. Amazing. So I welcome you back to your power. I welcome you back to wealth. And I welcome you to step deeper into your purpose and to know your Dharma and know that you can create from it. And as always, I welcome you deeper into my world and my teachings. And, you know, for me, the 1 month creating abundance container is mega. But the 1 year container, I get to hold you so deeply and so powerfully so that you become you know, that you really reach the consciousness of your dreams. You know, some people will reach for stars and other people will birth galaxies. And that's my hope for you. You get to reach for so many stars, you birth galaxies into this world, galaxies of new consciousness, of new creations. Ah, big kisses. I love you all so, 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 so much. So much. Thank you for being in this world. Thank you for enjoying these teachings. There's always more. Keep your eye out for it. I love the slogan too, Tanya. And if you'd like to know and explore the Creating Abundance Intensive with me, come along now. I'm going to show you the page. And if not, I see you on the other side somewhere. But as always, I love working at this level. We do high work here, right? We do high work. So this Creating Abundance Intensive is a 30-day vortex, but like I said, you get lifetime access. We keep giving you new codes and new teachings every single year. We go very, very deep into it. And it's just a very powerful, powerful journey. We clear up the old beliefs, the old patterns without them catching up to you midway. And, you know, abundance is our birthright and life right. We've just gotten tangled up in a lot of other things that stop us from accessing it with a lot of ease. And for me, money is a power force. It motivates you to work, create, and succeed. Like if we let money be a motivating force and we know our purpose and we know our dharma and we know where we're going, then we can only get to the places we're meant to get to. And then if we apply the abundance codes and the prosperity codes and the wealth codes to it, you're going to have an exceptional life, right? And these are just some of the things that I've created in my business from going into money that you can go and explore. I've had a lot of beautiful success with it. And in this course, we're learning to work with the hidden mechanics of abundance, right? And the quantum fields. So it's quite fun. It's beautifully intense, but very, very awakening. We do, I think, 6 or 7 live masterclasses. So we do an opening ceremony, the PowerPoints of Wealth, Working Class, Trap, Wild Fun Money, Freeing the I Can't Prison, Creating in the Field of Potentiality. And we do live coaching as well. So we can go into your business or your work and see what you need to shift or change or unlock from, or what your personal issues are that we can unlock you from. And it has this extraordinary vault. So the vault has got very, very powerful teachings in it. Loving yourself to millions, multidimensional prosperity, anatomy of abundance, the blocks that destroy abundance, the power of money, releasing your ancestral money story, upleveling your environment, freeing your creation powers, embodying money, living your life as an abundant manifester, healing debt and poverty consciousness, the emotional energetics behind wealth creation, permission to claim wealth, the 22 codes of prosperity, the dharmic generosity, the 0 point of abundance, and poverty hooks and leaks. And like I said, every single year we're adding like another 5, 6 classes. As I grow, you grow. As I grow, you grow. So hopefully in 10 years, we're going to have this extraordinary field of abundance that is just booming it. We have a private Facebook community so you can go connect with other people. There's lots of testimonials you can read about. But it's, you know, it's all about tapping into the natural field of abundance that exists within you and around you. And it's also around mastering it. Like it's something we all need to master. And it's just a very, very powerful vortex. So the early bird is at 847 and the payment plan of 310 over 3 months. And then it jumps up to 122. And the beautiful thing is if you purchase this, you also get an 847 gift voucher to use in the whole eclipse experience that I was talking about. So if you love this, you jump into this program and you're like, this is nectar. I need more of this. There is more here. Then trust me, I have a whole other body of work which is gonna rock your world. So you can use whatever you paid for this to take off your price of the eclipse experience as well. And you can just get in contact with us around the curriculum. Or if you want, you can go and explore the eclipse there and all the different things we offer. it will be upgrading again with some new courses next year. So now's the time to jump into the Eclipse experience, because it will be at a really good price, and you'll get more for your money next year with it. Yeah, that's it, I think. And abundance always creates more abundance. So I very much look forward to, you can read my story around abundance if you want to on this page. If you're a curious person, you can read affirmations, testimonials. There's another little meditation there if you want to look at that as well. And that's it. It's all about jumping into the vortex. So I very much look forward to being your guide on it. Here is a link, if I can get it to you. I don't know how to change who I send things to. I don't think that goes to everyone. That just goes to Jasara. Meeting to group chat. There we go. There is the link for the Creating Abundance Intensive. You can always email us. You can always, I don't know, you'll find a way to get in contact with us if you want to be a part of it. It is amazing. It will rock your world, as always. I don't do things by halves. I'm really here to help you incarnate. And part of that incarnation journey is for you to create wealth, because that is the natural progression. Like, we have to start shifting and changing reality. And part of the way we do that, part of the way that we motivate ourselves to do that, is to start to create more and more wealth in our lives, and prosperity and abundance. And like I said, it's our version of it. It's not, it has to be a yacht and this and that to be wealthy. It's our truthful version of it. And that's what we need to contact. From there, we get a lot of power. And from the power of our truth, we get to open up our unique field of abundance, wealth, and prosperity. We learn to play in those mechanics, and we become it more and more and more. And then we become more of who we are. And then abundance on the level of who we are starts to increase, and we start to really manifest. So it's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful path. On one level, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's for the warrior within. It's for the one that knows that they can shake their destiny and reality. It's for the phoenix inside of you that knows that you're here to shake up, can't live what you used to live, and go to a new level, right? So I welcome you in. I welcome you deeper into this world, into this work. I welcome you into you. You know, it's all about you returning to you at the end of the day. You returning to your path. You returning to your truth. You returning to the magnitude of your own being. And I'm just sending you so much love. So the biggest wave of love from my heart to your heart. It's very hard to sometimes shut down these meditation evenings or these fields, because we get so deeply connected, you know. For those that have been here, for those that have left, for those that will watch the replay, there is a field of energy that gets created. So I think what we need to do so that I can shut down this meditational field, and it's not that it gets shut down, it still exists, right? Everything continuously exists, is just breathe in the magic of this night. There's a lot of magic here. There's a lot of codes. There's a very deep transmission that's taken place. Just spend a moment breathing it all into your cells. Breathe a moment embodying it, becoming it. Smiling, let every single cell in your body smile. So Mother, Father, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, our families, the winds, the waters, the earth, the sea, the lands, the birds, the bees, the trees, the sun, the moon, the stars, the sky. We thank you for who we are and who we are all becoming. May you feel blessed. May you feel powerful. May you feel the fire of the Creator inside of you. I love you. May all the stars in the sky kiss you. Be well, be bright. Reach for stars, birth some galaxies. And I see you on the other side.